Now, see, Dana, what about?
Thank you for tuning in to Women of Fruit magazine, where we inspire and celebrate women's life, whether it's hard, difficult, or if it's in a victorious motion. Today, I want to talk about gun violence. It is something that is sweeping the nation, whether, especially in the politics, we talk about how, the right to bear arms is such a big topic. However, we've seen how violence have occurred. Not saying that the guns promote the violence, but if it gets into the wrong hands, it can really destroy the nation. So one thing that I really have seen a lot as it arises is gun violence amongst teenagers, and how sometimes you can be in the wrong place at the wrong time, and how this can really kill the future of our children. Today I'm talking to Ms. Jennifer Hill as she talks about her daughter, Dana Woods, who was just murdered about almost 2 years now, in a very, very emotional, this is, I know, is an emotional story, but I wanted people to hear about it because hopefully it will shed some light to other mothers who are going through similar situation, as well as those who are in charge of these different laws and policy, that they will start taking a more deeper look into the situation. So tell us about Dana.
Oh, she was my mini-me.
Your mini-me?
Yeah, she did everything with me. She was very sweet. She's smart. She started college at 15 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, doing a dual credit program with Trident Tech.
That's awesome.
She was a good kid. She really was. She was my pain in the butt, but she was, but she was good. I mean, she did like she was supposed to, so.
I heard that, just reading from the articles in the newspaper, how she was such a great employee and how she was just very hardworking. She's loved by many, because even as I went back to her Facebook page, her friends are still posting
daily almost.
Yes, just their memories and just their love for her and what things that they have been inspired to do because of her love.
Yeah.
So how do you, as a mother, see such, that kind of love and see them leaving, messages? And
oh, I love all of our friends. They're great. They still come to the house. They still visit. We get together every once in a while, or they'll meet me at the store. Or, are you in town? It's wonderful. It's wonderful to know she was loved. And I made a comment to my husband not long ago that I hope my funeral is just like hers, packed.
Wow. Yes, because she left such a legacy. And one of the things I don't want to dwell so much on the story itself, because I know it's still a lot of things that are still not discovered in this story, and we're the people who have been charged with her murder is still waiting trial.
Yes.
And so I don't want to discuss a lot of details about the incident, but I do want to talk about how does this kind of like motivates you as a mother. I know that you having to go through this emotional roller coaster with your child, but yet you still have to face her killers.
Yeah. I'm not sure yet, because I haven't really faced them except in bond court, and even then it was so quick and it was also fresh, and it still is, but it's not like it was that first week. And I continue on every day just because I feel like I have to finish.
Yes.
I have to complete something for her, but it's a rough road. Some mornings it's hard to get out of bed, and other nights it's just hard to even go to sleep. So you go days without sleep.
I comment to you a lot. It's like I say to you that you're very courageous, and you may not feel it. You may not feel it, but at the same time, to kind of like to move forward and to move past, it is a lot of, you have to have some kind of strength.
Well, and it isn't so much moving past as it is just knowing that I have to get up every day. It's just knowing that I have to continue to do the things that I promised my child that I would do, whether she's here or not. Because the things that I promised my child better our family. And that's what I need to do.
you chose to live.
Yes.
And some people would have just died, you know, with the thought of
I have my days, though. I have
no,
my
I'm not
days.
saying that
I know,
it's
but
not,
it is.
but at the same time, I know it is difficult, and God never give us anything easy. And with it, it's like you have, you know, you pushing forward, and you have the courage to move on. And I say, even if it doesn't feel like you're moving on, and it's in a way of the fact that you're sitting here telling her story.
Yes.
This is a moving on,
It
because to me, I think it will help others.
I like talking about her.
Yes.
I miss her.
So what are the last moments do you remember, your last memory of her?
She went out to do me a favor, and she stopped by Burger King to bring some hamburgers home for her in June. And she called me up and she said, Miss Robin won't let me go through the drive-through over and over with all these coupons because I gave her a bunch of coupons.
Okay.
She loved coupons. And I said, well, that's okay. You know, just get what you can. I gave you some money. And she goes, okay. And she goes, by the way, Mama, Miss Robin said I'm her favorite because that was her employer. So.
Oh, okay.
So, and I could just imagine her. I don't know if she did it or not. I haven't even asked Robin if she did, but I can just imagine her at the drive-through window holding the phone up to the window going, but tell Mama I'm your favorite, Miss Robin, you know. And I could hear Robin in the background going, yes, you're my favorite, Dana. So, just joking around. And that's the kind of kid she was. She liked to have fun, but she was very serious when she needed to be.
That's good.
So.
One thing that is tragic about this story is the fact that it wasn't just your daughter that lost her life that night. She was also with her best friend.
Well, it was a friend.
A friend,
yeah.
A friend.
Yeah.
And that was also gunned down, and her life was lost in this tragedy.
Yes.
And so it's not just the fact that it was your daughter.
It was another child as well.
Yes. And so y'all, how are you with that family? Or y'all, do y'all see each other much? Or
we're in different parts of grieving right now, so we don't talk a whole lot right now. We're just in different areas of the grieving stage, I think.
And I understand that too. It just, you know, both of you have such a tremendous loss because your daughter, she was at Trident, right? She was registered for Trident. And what was she majoring?
She was paralegal there, and she was going to law school, and we were trying to determine which law school, and she was only 2 semesters away from getting her paralegal degree at 18 years old.
Wow.
And then June had just started her job at Walmart and had an 18-month-old baby at the home and was, you know, single mom and doing well.
That's good.
But, you know, that's the hard part, is they took a mama as well as a child.
Right. And it is very sad.
It is.
And it's very heart-wrenching, especially when you think about the possibilities, you know, of her life. You know, it's like they stole the possibilities.
They did.
And I feel very, you know, I haven't lost a child, things of that nature, but just to hear how well she was doing and how much she is loved, and that she wasn't like, you know, she was loved. She was really loved amongst the community, and you can see that. And I kind of cried yesterday when I was going through her things, because they really just continuously show her that, even in spite of her not being here. So what are the legacy that you're wanting to leave? You know, I know she's leaving it with her Facebook page being there, but what is that message, or what is that, you know, do you have like a something that you want the world to know besides, you know, her being lost?
I want mothers to know where your kids are. Don't take for granted that your kids are where they say they are. I have tracking devices on all my kids' phones on purpose, not just because of this. I had it on there before this happened, because I know that it is so easy for your children. Children lie. That's what they do, you know. I mean, but I really want moms to know, you know, I want lessons to be learned from this. That, you know, even though, you know, June knew these boys, never thought that they would do this to her, never thought they'd do this to anybody. And I mean, I've heard that from other people that know these boys. But you don't always know who you're with.
No.
You know, my mom taught us to go in groups. There's a reason behind that, because she knew that there were dangers out there.
Yes.
And that's what I taught my children. And, you know, the one thing that I didn't do that night was ask who she was picking up. And that was my fault. And I got on and I tracked her as far as I could, but there was a point when the tracking device shut off. So, but you know, that's what I want people to learn from Dana, is that, you know, anything can happen to anybody, no matter how good you are or how bad you are. So.
Well, I'm just thankful that you're willing to share her story. And I think by sharing her stories with others, it keeps her legacy alive. It keeps her alive. It keeps her, what she was trying to do, alive. And it hopefully will inspire not only mothers to pay attention to what their children are doing, but students to have the type of relationship. Because that's what, at the end of the day, when we leave this place, like you said, I want people to come and say, she was loved, she was this, she made such an impact at such an early part of her life.
Yeah, not most 18-year-olds make that kind of impact.
No, and so I think she was truly an example for many to have that kind of life and to be inspired to do great things. Yes. And like you said, great, you know, things happen. But at the same token, I think that the fact that you're telling people about it, being more aware about, you know, your surroundings. You know, people are not always who, you know, we say it, the stranger danger, even if they're not necessarily strangers, yes. That, you know, you just never know the intentions of others. And so I think that, I just thank you so much for sharing that story, because I know that it will help other mothers and other students
be more aware.
Yes.
Proactively.
Yes.
In their own safety.
Yes. So thank you so much.
No problem. Thank you.